Hey everyone, I'm Veljko and welcome to the behind the scenes of the Overheat movie. I still can't believe that I finally finished the movie, and I just want to thank all of you for liking and posting very positive comments. To me, that is like a fuel or an energy to work on more amazing movies. So thank you again. Anyway, let's begin with me answering some of your common questions. So let's begin with the first question. I love watching movies and I wanted to make a full movie myself one day, and I've done some small movies in the past but it was unfinished or I didn't like it how it was going, but I learned a lot in making them, and when I uploaded a small action video or heist getaway, a lot of people watched it and liked it. I think right now it has 35 million views. After making that video and seeing how many of people watched it and liked it, I thought it's the right time for me to work on a full movie. Now, when I started to make a movie, I was thinking, what will movie be about? And in the end, I came up with a cool idea to make a movie where people will see that my movie took influence from all the great car-related movies and games. For example, Need for Speed, Fast and Furious, Mad Max, to combine all of them and show people that kind of vibe, and a lot of people even realized and commented. I know it will sound crazy to you, but I am the only one who were working on this movie. The whole story, all the camera work, the sound effects. Now my girlfriend helped me with the script, more specifically the grammar, if it's correct or not, because English is not my native language, so she's the only one who helped me. Otherwise, I've done everything myself. It took me 3 years to finish the movie. Now, of course, I did took breaks and I had to make the regular GTA videos. The website is called the Fiverr. That's where I got all the voice actors for the movie. Except my girlfriend. My girlfriend did a few lines, but I was amazed of how many good talents you can find on Fiverr for a not big money. So Fiverr, and if some of the voice actors are watching me, thank you again. This one I was thinking a lot, but in the end, the reason why I chose the GTA unbranded cars is because they are very polished. No offense to any modders, but all the car mods, like, they are not 100% polished, because for the movie I need the interior shots and everything, and although the car mod is more detailed and sharper, it's simply not polished enough when I see all the little details. And there's the customization aspect, because with the GTA car I can customize to how I like, but with the car mod you are very limited. The reason why I didn't use it is kind of the same with the car mods, and that is that I've tried many graphic mods and none of them were as polished as the original. During the day it may look nice, but during sunset or night it didn't look good at all. Also, the original GTA graphics still look great, but I know around 6 months ago there is a graphic mod that got released that is very polished, and the name is the Natural Vision Evolved. I actually tried it a few days ago and I loved how it looks. I was very impressed. If and when I start making the Overheat 2 movie, I will most likely use that graphic mod. I didn't have any specific budget limits, and I ended up spending around $1,000 for this movie, which is of course not small, but I ended up profiting a lot. $1,000 was used mainly for voice actors, a few visual effects, some video samples, and a few songs. Now, this question I've been asked for 1,000 times. I know all of you want to see Overheat 2, and I don't want to make any promises, but the Overheat 2 will happen. But don't expect it too soon, because I need a bit of a break. It's not easy to make a full movie all by yourself. But I will tell you this, I actually finished 50% of the story script, and so far I'm really loving the first half of the story. But like all good things, it takes time. So yeah, stay patient. I know it's hard, but subscribe if you want to get notified when the movie is ready. So that's all that I wanted to say for now. Those are all the questions. Next up, I'll show you more on how I made the movie, attention to little details, and the challenges that I faced. Let's go. So let's open the full movie, and as you can see I have here part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. But in this full movie I joined all the parts, and this is it. I can't believe that I've done all this all this stuff. So you can see how much I had to zoom in, and let's start to scroll. The green tracks are audio and the blue is video. So as you can see, most of my time was spent on sound effects because I have to put my own car sounds, of course the sound effects of everything that's happening on the screen, and the car sounds were mainly used in Need for Speed Carbon. And because I was exporting all these clips in 4K with the highest bitrate quality, I think all these clips in 4K with very minimal quality loss, it equals to around 600 gigabytes of storage. I have a dedicated external hard drive just for my movie. So yeah, it is very. You need also a very good PC for this to handle this big of a project. The attention to detail that I spent on this project is, I think, even too much. And this track above is the color correction that I put on everything. As you can see, this is the stock footage, and I made the footage a lot more movie-like. The colors are not so saturated, and they have a tone to it. I'm very satisfied of the color correction that I've done. It really improves the look of the movie. And I'm not lying to you. Some scenes, it took me like 1 hour to make it perfect and how I want. For example, this part where the rocket nearly hit Tom in the car. There I had to put the guy at the back to shoot a rocket, and then take control of the car, and I have to time it perfectly for rocket to go that way and at the right time to pass. I think I was repeating for like 20 times until I'm happy with how it looked. I also remember in this part I put the wrong clothes for Jack, and so I had to redo many of the scenes here that you can see, which was so exhausting to do it all over again, but I had to do it because it was such a obvious mistake. And the one thing that I know how to do in the movie is to choose the right music for the right moment. For example, this one, you've been asking what is the name of this song where Jack and his girlfriend were traveling on a bike to Tom's place. I will upload a video with all the musics that I used in the movie, so that way you will know. The voice actors, for the most part, did their job very well. So for the lip syncing, before I order one of the voice actors to do it, I had to send them the samples of the scenes where their character is speaking, and so they can see for how long the lips were open and for them to adjust a little bit. I told them that it doesn't have to be perfect, but to just do their best. And the end result wasn't that bad. I mean, I know there's some scenes where the lip syncing is kind of weird, but again, that's the limitations of making a movie in the game. So this is the brief showcase of my Overheat movie project. It wasn't easy to make, but it was worth it. That's all I'm gonna say. So I just entered the game and I will show you. I keep all the cars in the garages. As you can see, they are already customized, so I don't have to do that every time I load the game up. And I saved them. Some cars are here, and using Franklin, some cars are in this garage as well. Anyway, first thing that I do is I freeze the time and weather that I want. So 12 p.m. freeze time and go to weather, and I already forced weather extra sunny. After that, I just take the cars that I need for the scene. I will show you the cars here as well, and there they are, all the familiar cars from the movie. And I wanted to have like a Porsche versus GTR at the beginning, because in real life there's a lot of rivalry back then with GTRs versus Porsches. I customized all of these cars to my liking. Now here I have the cars that are from the last chase, the friends of the Kaito, and of course the Porsche before all the upgrades that Jack did. And I loved these little details, like the turbos on the hood or the exhausts on the hood. Really nice. It made the cars more special. I go to, for example, this location. I actually used 3 very important tool mods. The first one is the trainer, this one that I just used 1 minute ago. Here you're basically controlling the world around you. There are so many animations that you can play with and search, but sometimes it takes a really long time to find the right animation that you need. You can spawn any car you like, you can customize it. You can also become any character that you want that's available in the game. So that's the first tool mod that I use. The second one is the scene director. I use this mostly when there's a scene of like 2 cars chasing each other or something, because what's cool about this mod is you can, for example, add as an actor. Okay, now I have 2 players here, and if I want to force this player to drive to a place that I want, I just put a location and set the scene to active, and you will see him driving to the location that I put on the map. And if the scene failed, I can just back to start and try again. So the third tool mod is the map editor. I mostly use this to add some objects to the scene. I'm gonna show you later how many objects I put, but you can choose like 5,762 objects that are in the game. And you can also search here, for example, light. If you put light, it's gonna show you all the lights, as you can see. You can also add pedestrians too, so that's also nice. And when you add all the objects for the scene, you can save it as a file and then load it up. So I'm gonna show you. New map, load map, file chooser, and I will open some of them to show you how many objects I add to the scene. And in some scenes it took me a while to add all the detail where it's needed. For example, the inside of Tom's garage. I'm gonna show you how many stuffs I have to add to make it more like a proper garage place. I also added a lot of objects in the terrace of the Jack's home, so the place looks kind of empty. So I wanted to add more stuffs in the terrace. So there you go. a lot more detail. There's a barbecue. That way the scene looks much better and more filled. Now you'll probably remember the action here in the desert during the night, the chase. I had a lot of tough times making the scenes because basically if I screw up a scene or I didn't like how it looked, I have to go away, far away from this place, so that the game will erase those trails, because I don't want, if you start the scene again, there's already gonna be trails there which won't look realistic at all. Now that was before, but after many updates of the trainer tool that I use, they actually added that feature which would make my work a lot easier to clear the trails on the road. So if I just press this clear area, boom, it's gone. And that would be very useful. But back then when I made this scene in 2018 or 19, that feature wasn't there, so I had to wait 30 seconds and then try again. It was very exhausting. And for my Overheat movie, I wanted to use as much as the map as I can, with many different locations. Like there's city action, there's some canyon action, there's action on the desert, and with different weathers. Of course, the flashback with the snow. I wanted to make the movie as diverse and as interesting to look at as well. That is all I wanted to show you in Overheat behind the scenes. Thank you for watching and take care.